A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to class 11th Business Studies. So, we are doing the chapter Sources of Business Finance, where various different sources we have already covered from owners as well as from borrowed fund. Owners fund means where the company or the business is not borrowing money from outsiders, it is raising money from the owners itself, where we have already discussed issue of shares, equity, and issue of preference shares also, as well as retained earnings. In the borrowed fund, we have done like where the company is going to raise the funds from outsiders by borrowing the amount from them, which increases dual liability of the business. One liability that the business has to repay the funds to the concerned person from which he has taken the borrowings. Second liability, he has to pay the interest also on that. So dual liability rises, right? So in the borrowed fund, we have discussed already about raising the money from debentures or bonds, then loans from commercial banks, loans from financial institutions, intercorporate deposits, and trade credit. These five things we have already covered. Now, this is the last thing which we have to cover in the borrowed fund, and that is public deposits. Public deposits. This is the last thing which we have to cover from the borrowed fund. Then borrowed fund will be over, right? Public deposits. When we have to define that what are the public deposits, we simply say that public deposits are the deposits raised by the organizations or business directly from the public, which means where we are raising money directly by the public, those are the public deposits, right? But question arises, in the shares also we are raising money from the public, in debentures also we are raising loan money from the public. What is so special in public deposits? See, in the debentures the company was taking loan and giving them loan certificate. In the shares the company was taking money, raising the money from owners and giving them share certificate, giving them voting right and all. But not in the case of public deposit. Public deposit, it's basically like when a company works like a bank also accept the deposit from us, we also deposit the money with the bank na. Same way, the company takes the money from the public, ask them to deposit their funds into the company, and once company gets the deposit, company gives good benefits than banks to public. Why? Because if public will not get good benefit, then how come that public is going to give their deposit to the company? They would definitely give the deposit in the bank. Why would they give to the company? Because company is offering them good interest, company is offering them good return than what is bank offering. So ultimately people just go for the public deposit, right? So it is the deposits raised by the business from the public. और इस मेथड में बेसिकली क्या होता है, अंडर दिस मेथड इट इज ऑब्जर्व्ड, इस मेथड में देखा जाता है क्या, that companies inviting public deposits are required to advertise publicly along with its financial position. जो भी companies, whatever companies, if they want to raise the public deposit, they have to advertise it. They have to advertise it. उनको ये advertise करना होता है, and जो advertise उनको करना होता है, they have to advertise it along with their financial position, कि उनकी financial position क्या है उसके साथ, ठीक? And it basically belongs to short as well as medium term fund requirements, which means which means companies can accept the public deposit up to almost 3 to 3 years maximum बोल सकते हैं, up to 3 years वो इसको accept कर सकते हैं public deposits को, which means from short period to time period is ideally 3 years. And such deposits are beneficial to both the depositor as well as to the organization. Organization के लिए इसलिए benefited है because the organization is going to raise the money, they can use that money in different projects, and it is beneficial for the person also who is giving the deposit, which means depositor also. Why? Because depositor will get good amount of interest or good amount of return than what he was getting from the bank, so he can earn even more money also. So let us learn some important points about public deposit. Companies generally invite public deposit for a period up to 3 years, because short term and maximum the time limit is 3 years. So public deposits are mainly done for the 3 years. Any person who is interested in depositing money can do so by filling up a prescribed form. Suppose if I want to go for the public deposit, I want to deposit the money with the public, I can give the money by just filling a prescribed form. I need to just fill a form, I can just deposit the money with the company if I want to be the depositor, and I'll start getting the good return from the company as compared to the bank which I was getting earlier. The company issues a deposit receipt, which is an acknowledgement of debt taken by the company. कंपनी क्या करती है, कंपनी एक रिसीट इशू कर देती है. That receipt is ultimately given to the depositor, which is an acknowledgement. मेरे पास कुछ तो प्रूफ होना चाहिए ना कि भाई मैंने कंपनी के पास पैसा जमा करवाया है. I have deposited the money with the company. If I will not have any proof, how will I prove others that I have deposited money with the company? In case when I have to take the money back from the company, company will ask for the proof that you have deposited money. So I should have some proof with me available, right? So that is ultimately the वही proof क्या है आपका, deposit receipt, which you basically get from the company once the company deposit the money with you. Interest rates offered on public deposit are usually higher than the offered on bank deposit. I told you it is benefited for the depositor, that whatever return he is going to get is much higher than the return he was getting from the bank. Of course, if suppose company is not going to give the good return on the public deposit, in that case definitely the buyer, the depositor will not be coming to the company. Depositor would like to definitely go to the bank na for depositing money. Why? Because depositing money with the bank would be more safer for him as compared to the depositing money with the public. So if I'm coming to the company, then definitely that means I'm getting good return out of that. That is why I'm coming to the company and raising the money from the company instead going to the bank. So definitely the interest which you receive on the public deposit, the return which you get on the public deposit is much higher than the return which you were getting earlier from the bank. That is why you are attracted toward the company for the public deposits, right? Then public deposits are economical for the company as interest rate on deposits is less than the cost of borrowings from banks. It's very good point. You know, it's somewhere economical for the company. It's benefited for the company also. Because if company is going to raise the loan from the bank, commercial bank or financial institution or debentures or any other source, the company has to, spend a lot of money, have to fulfill a lot of complexities before raising money from the bank as a loan. And also the interest which company has to give on the loan would be much higher than the interest which company is giving on the public deposit. So when we compare it with that, we feel company feel it is more good to issue public deposit to raise money from public deposit, because giving them interest would be much lesser than what I am paying to bank when I'm taking loan from bank. So company point of view say be it's a very good source of finance. The acceptance of public deposit is regulated by Reserve Bank of India. Company has to work according to Reserve Bank of India only. Why? Because it is a feature of a commercial bank when you are accepting the deposit. And if this feature is also done by a company, definitely RBI will take care of this feature. That everything should be done in a proper way. I hope the meaning of public deposit is clear to all. Public deposit is the source of finance where the company, the business is raising money directly from the public, and usually it is done for almost 3 years, right? And it is benefited for both company as well as for the depositor, as depositor get good rate of return as compared to what he was getting from the bank. And also company point of view, so it is also good as it is very easy source of finance, convenient source of finance. And also it is very economical, that the cost of borrowing, if company would have borrowed money from bank, would be even much more than what companies now give as an interest to the depositor. So somewhere it is more good for the company also, benefited for the company point of view also. And anybody can be the depositor in the public deposit with the company, as they have to just fill the prescribed form issued by the company, and I would definitely become the depositor. And what will be served as a proof with me for the public deposit? the deposit receipt given to the subscriber. That means the company is going to give the deposit receipt to the depositor, and that depositor will keep that receipt with himself, because in case of when he is going to get the repayment of his amount which he has deposited, he has to showcase to the company that what is the deposit receipt, and accordingly he'll be getting the amount from the company, right? And interest rate which the depositor is getting from the public deposit is much higher than what he was getting from the bank, because that is why only people would be attracted towards the public deposit. Otherwise people would have gone only to the bank for the deposits, right? And all of the work of public deposit is run with the help of or under the guidance of Reserve Bank of India. ठीक? Okay. Let us study now the merits of public deposits. कुछ merits पढ़ते हैं इसके. The one of the first merit of public deposit is simple procedure. So first of all, if I talk about the public deposits, it has a simple procedure. You know, it's very simple. It is having a simple procedure to raise the funds, to raise the finance from this source, public deposits, as it doesn't involve legal formalities, and it doesn't contain restrictive conditions like in case of other loan agreements. Usually what happens when the company is raising a loan or raising borrowings from the public, in that case company has to, you know, enter into a lot of loan agreements and enter into a lot of legal formalities. A lot of things company has to do, a lot of things company would be doing, you know, if company enters into the borrowings. But when company is into the public deposits, it is observed that there is no restrictive conditions even on the use of the goods, and even on the use of the finance and all. So it has a simple procedure outlay, right? Then economical. It is an economical source of finance for the company. I told you already that it is very sasta and economical source of finance, because when company is raising funds from public deposits, the interest which company is going to give to the depositor is quite less than the interest which company would have paid to the bank if company would have taken the borrowings from the bank. यानी कि अगर मैं public deposit से fund raise किए बिना लोन ले लेता कहीं से, if I'm a company, ठीक, तो अगर मैं कहीं से लोन ले लेता, तो मैं जो उस लोन पे इंटरेस्ट पे करता वो बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट होता एज कंपेयर टू व्हाट नाउ आई हैव टू पे टू माय डिपॉजिटर्स एज देयर रिटर्न. तो इट इज समवेयर इकोनॉमिकल. तो इस तरीके से बोला जाता है कि ये एक इकोनॉमिकल सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस है फॉर द कंपनी. Then no charge over asset, very very important point. No charge over asset. There is not requirement of any charge on the asset of the company, which is earlier required by the company in the case if company is taking loan from financial institution or bank or debentures even. तो वहां पर तो charge against था ना asset, you have to give, you have to mortgage, because that was a purely borrowing. But here you are raising the deposits from the public, there is no charge over asset required. So the public deposits are not secured by any charge on the assets of the company. The assets can be used as security for raising loans from other sources. So assets को तो आप जब यहाँ पे use ही नहीं होगा, तो you can use those assets if you have to take the loan from other sources. आप assets वहाँ use कर सकते हो, तो कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ से भी वो problem नहीं है. Then the fourth merit you see is no loss of control. You know, there is no dilution or loss of control in the company, because company is not going to give them voting rights to the depositors. And when company is not giving the voting rights to the depositors, definitely the control is not diluted, and there is no loss of control at all, because company is not giving any voting rights to people, right? Then there are some limitations also. So let us see what are the limitations or demerits of public deposits. When we see what are the limitations or demerits of public deposits, we simply say unsuitable for new companies. You know, new companies will find it difficult to raise the funds because they don't have much goodwill with the public. They don't have much reputation in the public. Once they don't have the reputation or goodwill in the public, people would definitely hesitate in giving finance to those companies which are new, because they never know whether the company would be running properly or not, whether the company is going to give them good return or not, whether the company would be having good profits in a year ending or not. So ultimately they don't know about those things. So ultimately, for the new companies, it is a quite difficult source of finance to raise funds from this source, because people are not aware about their company, because their reputation is not much maintained, as they are new to the market. So ultimately, it's very difficult to raise funds for new companies in public deposits. Then second demerit you see is unreliable source. Suppose you have issued the forms, you have asked people to give you public deposits, but you can't rely upon this source that definitely people would be coming and they would be giving money to the company. So it is an unreliable source of finance, as the public may not respond when the company needs money. Suppose I need money at this point of time, but the public is not giving me or not ready to give me money at this point of time. What is the use for this source of finance then? So it is a real unreliable source of finance. You can't just rely upon this source that you will definitely be raising money from this source. Why? Because I would not be relying upon this situation. The reason is very clear, because you can't force people to come to your situation and give you money, and deposit money in your company. You can't force people. Then not suitable for long term financing. If you want to money for the long term funds, it is not suitable source of finance, because it is maximum up to the medium term, that is 3 years. Beyond 3 years, this source of finance doesn't work. So ultimately, public deposits, merits and demerits, we have just studied, right? So now if I talk about that, what total source of finances in borrowed fund we have covered, let me tell you once again. Under the borrowed funds, we have studied different sources of funds. We have studied debentures and bonds, where the company was taking loan from the public, where the company was raising the loan capital from the public and issuing them the part of the loan capital, and each part is known as a debenture, which we were issuing, and fixed rate of interest was there, which company has to give to the debenture holders, and there was a redemption period also, and at the time of redemption, the debentures have to be repaid. Second source of finance in the borrowed funds we did was loans from financial institutions. Loans from, there are many financial institutions like Muthoot Finance, like LIC, like India Bulls. So many financial institutions are there, and where the company can raise even funds from taking loan from the financial institutions also, which means the company can take loan from the financial institutions, and ultimately the company will have to of course give the interest time to time as a return on that loan, and also company has to repay that amount to the financial institutions once the time period for the loan is over, right? Even they can pay that in easy monthly installments also. Then third is loans from commercial banks. There are commercial banks also. Commercial banks means the banks which deals with the public. For example, we have State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, State Bank of Patiala, and Maharashtra, and so, Axis Bank, ICICI, HDFC. All these banks are the commercial banks because they are dealing with the public. So companies even can raise the funds from the loan by taking loan from the commercial banks also. Again, the interest rate is fixed, which company is going to pay as an interest to the banks, and also along with that, company has to repay the amount of the loan principal also in easy monthly installments. All right. Then fourth we did was public deposits, which we did today only, raising money from the depositors directly from the public. Then we did trade credit. When two traders are doing financial transactions among themselves, is a trade credit. वो भी हमने किया था कल. And trade credit के अंदर we studied that one person is giving a trade loan to the other, that is short term loan, and that too for the short period only, maximum up to 3 months. Then inter corporate deposit, that also we have covered. Inter corporate deposit, where one company is giving loan to the other company, where we simply say that one company is giving loan to the other company, that is known as inter corporate deposit. The company in surplus funds can give the loan, short-term loan, to the company in need of the funds, right? Where I gave you the example of Tata can give the loan to Reliance, where two companies are, joining together for borrowing and lending purpose for a short period of time. That is inter-corporate deposits. So from this chapter, our borrowed fund topic is completely over. We have covered borrowed funds topic. And in the, if I talk about the owners fund, in owners fund we have six sources of finance: equity shares, which we have covered; preference shares, which we have covered; retained earnings, we have already covered. Three topics we have covered from the owners fund. Three are left, which are just, if you will be doing one, rest two are totally same, as I'll be explaining those two: GDR, ADR, and IDR. Global depository receipts, American depository receipts, and Indian depository receipts. These three are left from the owners fund, which we have to cover, right? So I hope this is clear to everybody. Tomorrow we'll be taking this topic: GDR, ADR, and IDR, and ultimately the syllabus of this chapter will also be completed then.